Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. My name
is Chicka Slim Shady.
Yeah. My name's Sean.
And I am Julian. What is going on, Sean?
And before we get things started, guys, make sure you're subscribing to us on our YouTube channel, the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast YouTube channel. Following us on all social medias at Real Clean Closet on Twitter and Instagram. You can also use that same @ name on Facebook, or use the full Facebook page name, the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. We have a TikTok. We don't use it really. No. We'll probably start getting more into that pretty soon, though.
Yeah, I think when we got some new stuff in the line, and I think TikTok might be.
We'll definitely get into TikTok a little bit more. But yeah, just make sure you're following us on all of those things. You can find us on basically any platform you can find a podcast on: Spotify, Apple, Google, and a bunch of other shit that we never really plug because there's too many things to list.
There really is. We need to honestly just get a list put together.
We should do a list thing and just have it like slow crawl, like over our
Star
video
Wars style.
Yeah, exactly. We do that like whenever we do this.
To Ginger Sean.
Let's stop doing intros. Let's stop doing that and just do a slow crawl. Everything.
I actually like that a little bit better. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that.
Cut this part out so we can do
start all over. All over. So speaking of starting over and all that shit, it's been a minute since we've actually recorded an episode.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to inform people what's been going on? Yeah,
so just real quickly, and then we'll get into the episode. But
we created the COVID vaccine.
We did, and Big Pharma shut us down. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like Stranger Things.
They told us we couldn't inject people with dishwater and cum. I'm like,
I mean, are you scientists?
I am. TikTok degree over here, baby.
They're
15
not.
Of them.
15 degrees on
15 TikTok degrees.
And he's working on his 16th as we speak.
I've got regular biology.
Uh-huh.
I've got black people biology because apparently it's different.
It's a little different.
I've got animal biology, again.
A little bit different.
Different. I got inanimate object biology.
Ooh.
What can I say, man?
And the list goes on and on, folks. But so yeah, I mean, this is our first time back in a minute. And I just want to say I'm fucking excited, dude. I've been super excited for it. We took a little break. We had some things come up on your end where you had just things you had to take care of. I'm happy to say that I am a papa ×2, baby.
Oh,
woo!
Shit. Julian adopted me.
Yeah, baby. He is the oldest adopted person in the history of adoption, but I thought it was fitting. He was in a house where he was not being fed properly.
It's gonna be weird how we have sex now, like, right? Or is that a part of the kink?
I think it just changes subcategories now.
Like, you're like, son, go do the grass, and I'm like,
I was like, can you hand me that thing that's budged underneath the shelf?
Like, do you want me to fertilize it?
No, I got that for
I'm just taking a shit on the lawn.
Dude, I need you to stop doing that, actually, because my lawn's looking like shit because you're doing it.
Yeah.
And I know it's not dogs.
I show up here in the middle of the night and I dress up like Ginger Sean, and
I know we had cameras installed for that reason, and you know what? It was
I keep ripping your ring off of the wall.
It was cute and funny the first time, but it's not anymore. And your disguises are getting less elaborate.
Yeah.
And you're just showing up with you didn't even wear a disguise last time.
I just wore a name tag that said Bill.
Who the fuck is Bill?
I waved at the camera. I'm like, hi, Julian.
I'm Bill. I'm Bill.
Oh man.
But no, yeah. So I'm super excited to be back in.
He's a papa
studio.
again.
Yeah.
Again. You can feel as sorry for this one as you did for the last one.
Yeah, I know. Good luck.
Still the same parents, same situation.
What can we say? What can we do? Nothing.
Nothing's. I mean,
yeah.
We'll see you on Cops. Oh no, wait, not anymore. Cops.
No, dude, it came back. I think.
Oh,
I think they're bringing it back. Yeah, I think so.
Cops
2.0.
What are they gonna? Are they gonna call it the same thing though, or like, is it gonna be super? Here's what I think is. Here's what I think is gonna happen though. I think they're gonna focus on arresting people of certain persuasions. They're gonna steer away from like making a like they'll probably have a
probably
quota.
not going to run for very long.
It'll probably have a quota where they're like, you can only arrest one person who moved. It's going to be like a shade, thing, and they're going to be like, you've already gone too high up on the color wheel for this this lineup this season. So
right.
You're going to need to cut some of these.
Bring it down. We need you like 6 tones a little lighter.
They're going to focus a lot on trailer parks. I guarantee you that. And it was already heavy on that, but I guarantee
they're going to get the wrath of everything. Honestly,
you're going to see a lot of cousin fuckers,
a lot of chicken fuckers, a lot of cousin fuckers. It's gonna be crazy.
What I did want to say to start this
so
episode,
you did have a little something to say, didn't you?
I went on. I had a little adventure for myself today.
Okay.
Many people may or may not know that I am not one to leave the house very often. I don't like going out.
Right.
I like to just chill at home and do nothing. Homebody. Yeah, I'm one of those people who is content with doing absolutely nothing.
I feel you on that 100%, honestly.
So, with that being said, I made the conscious decision this morning to go out and get myself some breakfast. A rarity for me. I don't often do that.
Where did you go?
It's a place called Another Broken Egg.
Sounds...
it's like a brunch spot, I should say, not breakfast.
I figured.
So, with that being said, nobody told me that brunch is a group activity. It's not something you do by yourself. You can get breakfast by yourself. That's nobody finds that weird because you're like, truckers, diners, blah, blah, blah. Right. You can get lunch by yourself. You can eat dinner by yourself. It's sad, but understandable. It's going to be you and all the divorcee parents and stuff like that. And the guy who lost his wife 6 months ago to leukemia.
It's a sad story.
Brunch, on the other hand, does not happen with any less than 2 people. It can't occur.
Yeah. I mean, realistically.
What I didn't know is I went ahead and I became the first person to officially have brunch by myself in a brunch restaurant. It's not. It's literally just brunch. Okay. It ends at like 2:00. The restaurant.
So what time did you go in and actually start eating though?
Like 11:30 ish.
So you fell in a loophole though, right? Because that is still breakfast hours. Okay.
No, sure, I get you, but brunch occurs during breakfast hours anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to necessarily label it brunch.
Let me just say this though. I sat there. I sat at the bar. Because they were like, "Do you want to sit at the table or the thing?" And the bar was right there. And then I just figured, I'll sit wherever you want, lady. Just fucking shoot. I was like, food. That situation where someone's just like, "What do you want to do?" And you're just like, "Whatever you want to do." And they're like, "No, you can pick." And I'm just like, "Fuck you, god damn it, just you decide." And I was just thinking to myself, you work here, just fucking pick for me. Whatever easiest for the staff. I don't care. Mm-hmm. So she was like, no, pick whatever you want. And I was like, fuck, okay, I'll sit at the bar. So I sat at the bar reluctantly a little bit.
It's like that fucking scene from Dumb and Dumber. It's like 11 o'clock and he's at the bar. I just thought she was an alcoholic.
So I fucking sat there and the lady was nice. They gave me the food and everything like that. But what made me feel worse and worse every time I sat there was, for one thing, every time people showed up, it was in groups of either 2 or more. So there were no single people there. It always felt like the staff was staring at me.
Oh, they definitely were.
They were like, look at this poor guy who just keeps checking his phone.
She's not showing up, dude.
So, yeah, they think I'm getting stood up by somebody. And I'm just like trying to make the best of it. And
sir, you sure you don't want like a to-go box? I haven't even ordered.
Yeah.
We know how this is.
I should have put in 2 orders. I should have put in 2 orders. Dude, and then just sadly looked at the other one. And then just told the waitress a story and been like, yeah, I actually, me and my wife used to love getting brunch. She died a couple months ago. So now I come and I order her favorite thing. And I just, I don't touch it. I just let it sit there and get cold, like her body.
Oh, it was getting like really dark with it.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole time, and then I'm like, eye contact while you're eating though.
Technically, she didn't die. I killed her technically, but with the drunk driving laws in this country, and
it's kind of loose.
I get really,
and they get just really. She's just like, okay,
I'm like,
we're not open, sir. Please leave.
So basically, it was that, and then the bartender / waitress, she kept coming over to me like every 5 minutes, and she would be like, "So how's everything going? Good?" And I'm just like, I kept thinking to myself, I want to kill myself when I leave this place. I texted Ginger Sean, and I go, because me and him have this thing about eating alone. You like look terrible. You look like a loser. So I texted him, and I was just like, hey, I'm eating alone right now. and I feel like a failure. Like I feel like I failed at life. And his response was just like, where are you? I told him I was at a place near my house, and he's just like, why would you eat alone?
Yeah, why didn't you have Benexi tag along?
She was working. I'm off today, so I was like, and I wanted breakfast, but I wanted like a breakfast. I wanted like an actual thing. I didn't want to just go to like McDonald's and get some,
or just have something fucking delivered to you, and it's cold by the time you get there, and then it's just not.
I thought about doing the Uber Eats thing, but I didn't want to pay $85 for a fucking biscuit.
Pancakes and biscuits and gravy.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck,
so I was
dude?
like, whatever. But yeah, that was my morning today.
Well, you're from what I've gathered from this story, you're a fucking loser. I mean, you have no friends.
My parents would agree.
I mean, they would, but they don't even care enough to have a comment on it. I'm actually friends with them on Facebook. We talk a lot. They apparently, did you know your dad didn't even know you're alive still?
That makes sense.
You died in a truck accident, cement truck. You remember like the Flintstones, the live action movie where the concrete falls on him?
You know, Benexi's never seen those. She didn't even know there were live action Flintstones movies. I don't think she's ever seen the cartoon either.
I'm convinced 100%, dude. We talked about this
before.
Martian.
No.
There was some type of incident, I don't know what it is, that caused a rift in time.
It's when we were docking the first time.
Maybe. I did see a spark.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole thing
I felt a tingle in my asshole.
That was my finger. Gotcha. No, but the whole Black Eyed Peas thing, that song, let's get it started, let's get retarded. I think
the fact that nobody, like, who doesn't know that?
I thought it was just common knowledge.
It is common knowledge,
apparently
man.
Not.
If I texted my sister right now, she'd be like, yeah, let's get retarded. Like, yeah, that was the song. Like,
but you said what? Benexi didn't know about it.
She didn't know.
Apparently doesn't know about the Flintstones
live action.
So maybe she's from a different world, dude.
Yeah, I know. I honestly, I would love to just go through some of the shows and movies she's never seen or heard of. But if I had to compile that list, I think I'd go insane. Like, I'd kill myself.
Probably.
You fucking kidding me? You stupid.
Your fucking head just explodes.
It'd be like a murder-suicide situation where I kill her.
Can you film it, though, so we can like put it on the YouTube?
Somebody talks me off the ledge, though. You got so much to live for.
What's that one song? I can't even think of it. The one he sings it in Bruce Almighty when the dude's on the ledge.
No, not Bruce Almighty.
It's not Bruce Almighty?
Yes, Man.
Maybe, yeah, it is Yes Man. Yeah.
Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
Yeah. Just singing that. Oh, it's terrible.
Let's see why they don't do that. Then they should have one for guys who are going to shoot themselves too. Let's write that song,
dude.
We'll write that song to stop people from suicide.
What if it has the like reverse effects
Logic?
And everyone?
Well, that's Logic's song. Yeah, that's exactly
Logic.
That was he had the reverse effect. Every time I hear that song, I want to kill myself.
It's a pretty terrible song.
Yeah, I don't want to die today. Fuck you, Logic.
1-800.
He's actually really talented, but that song really blows.
Well, the thing with him is a lot of his songs that are like commercial, you could definitely tell they're label pushed songs. And it's just like, he needed to have like that kind of a song. And it's just like, he doesn't really he can do radio songs, I guess, but they come out kind of corny and cheesy.
Yes.
So let's stick to we're telling Logic what he needs to do.
Yeah. He quit the rap game.
We told him actually it was a good idea for him to step back from the game for a minute. Just kind of reevaluate what he's doing in life.
He texted me this morning. He's like, "Hey man, you going to brunch?" I was like, "Nah, I'm doing some other shit." I don't like them to get too attached to me. You know what I mean? It makes total sense. Try and create a little bit of distance.
Gotta have a barrier. Yeah. Gotta have a little barrier.
For real. So I just told him, I replied to him like 50 minutes later. I was like, nah, I think I'll probably just eat in. I mean, it's a little white lie, but like, I just don't want to get too attached.
Hey, you know what? In the long run, it's that little white lie saves him from hearing the truth, which would actually probably hurt him more. So realistically, you're being a gentleman in my eyes.
Man, you're blowing my mind with these facts right now.
I got tons of facts.
You could have spoken any language and you decide to speak facts.
Hey, you heard it here, folks. That's all we speak is facts and TikTok knowledge, which is essentially the same thing as facts. What's up, baby? So actually something I did want to talk to you about.
Okay.
I've fallen in love with something, and I used to do it back when I was in
college.
You're
making me blush.
And not you. Sorry.
Well, I mean, to be more specific, my butthole.
Yes, it is different from you. I separate you as a person and your asshole. They're two separate entities in my eyes. They both stink, but different things. But no, the thing that I fell in love with is after work, especially because I've been working a lot of night shifts.
Okay.
I go to the gas station, grab my cigs that I need, maybe some hot Cheetos if I'm feeling, froggy.
Get a hand job from a crackhead.
Dude, yes. No. And just get a tall boy. Just a Bud Light tall boy.
Okay.
Come back.
Oh, you're going to say Twisted Tea.
Knocking motherfuckers out. No, and I come back home, put it in the freezer, go have a smoke, come back inside. By the time I come back inside after my smoke, it's pretty cold.
Okay.
Go into the shower, turn that bitch on super hot, get that bitch steamy, bring that beer in there with me, have me a nice beer shower, dude. Dude, it is the most relaxing thing. I'm telling you right now. If you haven't done it in a while or haven't done it at all.
I had this conversation with Benexi actually pretty recently where I was like, have you ever drank or eaten like while you were in the shower or going to the bathroom or anything like that?
How would you fucking eat in the shower?
I've eaten in the shower.
What the fuck did you eat?
I had a sandwich.
How the fuck do you eat it? It gets soggy.
I ate it. Well, like I'm keeping it away from the water.
Yeah, but your hands are still getting wet, dude.
It was a sandwich. I've eaten a bowl of cereal.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I've eaten a bowl of cereal and a sandwich, and this is the last one. I've eaten a lasagna, a slice of lasagna.
Who the fuck are you, Scooby-Doo? This motherfucker over here. Oh my god,
Garfield, you fuck.
No sandwiches, fucking lasagna. That's some shit that Scooby-Doo be doing. Just eating food in the shower.
Okay. Have you ever eaten while taking a shit? This separates the boys from the men.
I don't think so. Actually, that's a funny story real quick. When I first moved out here, the family I was staying with, we had a poop eater and we had to,
whoa. So I'm sorry, what? You move past it like it's nothing.
Yeah, it really is. It's nothing. No, so basically someone in the house that I was staying at was going to the bathroom, taking a shit and bringing like a bag of chips with them.
Oh,
and he wasn't eating shit. I guess I should have elaborated.
You were like the family I was staying with. We had a poop eater.
It was fucking disgusting.
You literally, the way you phrased that,
right.
And then you look at me like I was crazy. Like what, dude? It's like a totally normal thing.
Smoked a little too much. My bad. In my head, I had already explained that part of it. So yeah, let me step back a little bit.
Oh my god!
So there was someone in the house that would go into the restroom, and they would just bring like a bag of chips, cookies, whatever. We figured out eventually who it was.
Got it.
And I was just
I like how you guys had to investigate this. Like you were so preoccupied with. Wait a minute, that bag of chips wasn't here, and you're like, all right, I'm on some like Sherlock Holmes shit. Yeah. Like, what did they do? Did they bash a maid's brain in like while they were taking a shit and eating chips?
There was a little bit of that, yeah.
Yeah.
There was just a little bit. It was kind of cool, but
somebody came on all the doorknobs. They're like, oh no,
gross.
Yeah, and I know it's not Grandpa because he died 2 months ago. So what's going on?
It's just the ghost ectoplasma.
Yeah. And then it's like you catch the person. He's like, I was just trying to make his legacy live on. Like I miss him so much.
Oh, Grandpa, this one's for you.
Okay, so tell me about this poop eater.
Yeah, so I mean, eventually
you got to show this person this fucking thing because the way you said this, you were like, you threw them under the bus. Well, so imagine you said his name first. You were like, it's my guy, it's my buddy Josh. His name's Josh Dillwood. He lives in Brentwood.
3619 Elwood. He lives right behind the train tracks and that Circle K. It's right there. You can't miss it.
And you're just like, dude, he's a super good guy. Anyway, this guy's a shit eater.
He eats shit, consumes it by the fucking pound.
Yeah, but go ahead. Let me
no, I mean, it was just a funny thing. Like we basically were playing like Sherlock Holmes, trying to figure out who's taking a shit while they're eating cookies.
But why? Like, so how did you go about this? Did you announce to everyone into the dining room?
No, we were kind of had our suspicions of who it was, but the thing is, there was a lot of people I lived with. We're kind of gross. We're shady when it came to things like that. Obviously, I wouldn't go that far as eating in the fucking bathroom. Obviously, I drink beers in there. A little bit different though. But yeah, we just narrowed it down, and it's kind of like that fucking game that was on the phone for a while, the imposter game or whatever. The fuck was that one called? We had to figure out who killed the little fucking.
Oh, Among Us.
Yeah, Among Us. Yeah, it was basically Among Us is what we were playing in real life, but it was the Poop Bandit. And we figured it out. And I think still to this day, he probably still does it. So it didn't affect him and us knowing.
Interesting. I've I've definitely drank in the shower before. I've drank while I remember Benexi asked me, she was like, have you ever eaten or drank while you were like using the bathroom? And I was like, yeah, for sure. I haven't done it in a long time, but I've definitely pissed while drinking and like taking a shit while drinking.
Like if you're like at a house party or some shit,
have I ever eaten while taking a shit? I don't think I have. Not that I could. If
Jamie,
I did,
can you pull up that footage?
Yeah, right. I've definitely eaten while pissing though. You know what I mean? Like I've had like I've definitely done like a chicken tender and like and just like taking a piss or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know what? But hey,
it's just like a rare occurrence.
The boys from the men, like you said.
Yeah,
I agree. I think a little bit of
it's like seeing a wild HoHo like fly.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Oh, you know what? For half a second, I was thinking that you're talking about the dessert, not the Pokemon. I was like, could you imagine a flying Twinkie? How big it would be. This is like that Raekwon.
I should have gone with a different Pokemon, man. Speaking of which, got to give a shout out to my buddy Chris.
Oh, who's Chris?
Who is a frequent. I've told you about him, man.
Okay, you might have. I'm terrible at
He's
names.
the guy that like listens to every single episode. I got to talking with him.
Dude, you gotta get a life, man. Stop listening to this trash.
Yeah, this is you're really bottom of the barrel right now.
I don't even know you personally, but I know
you lose more brain cells from this than being in a coma.
Yeah,
and I don't know if the science adds up on that, but
hey,
based on all my TikTok degrees,
we'll make a video, put it on TikTok, and it'll be verified.
There it is.
TikTok knowledge.
And there it is.
And TikTok science.
We just taught you something. But yeah, big appreciation to my buddy Chris, who listens to all the episodes. And he's like a pretty big fan of ours. Like we got to talking about like the stuff, and he really likes it. You know?
Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember.
Remember, I was telling you I had like a super long conversation with him about it, and we were just talking about podcast stuff.
Right.
He was hitting me with some deep cuts. He was just like, "Do you remember when you guys said this stuff?" And I'm just like, "What the fuck? What is that from?" And he's like, "No, from this episode." And I'm like, "Oh yeah."
He's going deep into the fucking catalog.
But you reminded me when you said the Raekwon thing just now because
dude, that was such a funny moment.
He was thinking. He said that to me. He was just like, I can never hear like whenever he hears Raycons now, he always thinks of that.
On every podcast,
yeah,
like, they do like the ads for them. So it's like I always hear that too. I'm like, oh my god, fucking Rayquads.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Could you imagine if at one point we do get them as a sponsor?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
They probably once they hear like.
I wonder if you get to pick your code that you use, you know, like
oh yeah,
clean closet.
Just have it as Raekwon.
I was gonna say.
What are they called again?
Raycons.
Raycon. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that's even worse.
Yeah, it sounds like you're getting scammed. It sounds like Ray J is scamming you.
Like yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good name at all.
I think he probably should have gone Raekwon. You know, once we become partners with him, or he deals with us in ads and stuff, I'll mention it to him.
Him,
Suge Knight,
M. Oh, yeah, we're getting M's gonna be the first one to come on.
Well, you saw that Suge Knight gave Ray J like all of his like he was saying like Ray J's gonna be responsible for all the music that I own, which is a bunch of different shit because he's in prison. I guess he did some weird things again, killed someone or
strange.
I don't know.
What that guy? He's always been such a level-headed dude. That's like he's always been on the up and up.
When they said he was in prison,
my favorite part
for murder, I was like, what?
Is the people who have no idea listening to this who Suge Knight are?
Who's Sugar Knight?
Yeah,
is that one of those Girl Scout cookies?
Who was it that came up with that song? I think it was DaBaby. That song Suge.
Oh, I think possibly. I didn't listen to it, but I think I know what you're talking about.
And he's like, in the chorus, is like, I feel like I'm Suge. And that's the name of the song.
Fucking balcony, bitch.
Yeah. And then like, I remember like when it came out, I was just like, okay, this is fine. And Benexi was listening to it. And I was just like, oh, it's funny. Like he feels like he's Suge. I get it. You're Suge Knight. And she's like, I don't get it. Who is that? And I was just like, you don't know who Suge Knight is? Where were you?
Dude, I'm sorry.
Where were you?
I'm going to say it now. I don't think I can go to your wedding. Yeah. I'm going to probably fight her when I see her. And just have like
you bring Suge Knight with you.
I'm gonna have Suge Knight.
They wheel him out like Hannibal Lecter with the mask and everything.
Dude, his big ass is gonna need like multiple people wheeling him out.
They strap like 15 masks to him to get it around his fat ass head.
Dude, he's got a big fucking one of those pit bull size heads.
Speaking of which, I feel like they picked the perfect guy to play him in the NWA movie.
I don't really remember. Oh yeah. I think he played
that guy like perfectly caught like that crazy look in the eye. That kind of just like, oh, this guy will just snap. He'll
At
just
any minute,
snap.
He might just fucking murder you.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like he was perfect for that. He got that perfectly.
Well, shit. Let me see. Oh yeah, I got a couple other things we could talk about. So I had to go through my list because it, like I said at the beginning of the episode, it's been a few weeks since we've actually been in studio, since we recorded.
Yeah.
So some of my stuff on there was kind of dated. So I had
Same.
to
I got rid of
it.
all my shit.
I basically started a whole new list.
Yep.
So this topic I just want to talk about real quick. It's a little dated, but there's a little bit more news to it now.
It's a little small thing. Capitol Hill. No, imagine.
Yeah, just Capitol Hill. No, Dr. Dre fucking having a brain aneurysm.
Oh yeah,
that was nuts, dude. He's apparently doing good now. He's back in the
Didn't
studio.
he sign the divorce papers? He was just like, fuck it.
I think I think you actually told me that, so I didn't look into it too much.
I think he
but
did.
He said fuck it. He just didn't want to deal with it.
Because I think at that point, I think the aneurysm was brought on, they said, from stress.
Oh, fuck that.
So I mean, like dealing with that.
Dude, if you're stressing Dr. Dre out, that's like one of the busiest dudes in the music industry and all his other.
I totally get it then. Then I would just be like, fuck this bitch, dude. Like,
he's
seriously.
worth so much at that point. You know, at this point, it's like, it's not even worth that.
But like, the thing is, if you really were
it's
just
the
like,
principle.
if I was her, I would have just been like, sure, I'll just fuck it. If it's stressing you out, then I'll just back down.
Yeah, no,
because if it's causing you stress, then let me just back down. She should have been the first one to come in and go like, all right, I'll take the settlement. You know, I'll just do like a way less. You don't need $2 million a month or whatever it was.
Dude, it was something ridiculous.
It's a couple of million. Yeah. It was like 2 or 4 million.
And some of the stuff that
month.
like she was saying that she needed the money for was just
charity.
Like, yeah, it's like
she was gonna give like a couple $100,000 away.
Which, you know, that's
for
like,
charity
so cool.
every year.
I understand. You know, giving to charity, that's a nice.
Why
thing,
am I paying you
exactly.
to give this shit to charity?
Make your own fucking money and decide.
He's not even touching her pussy anymore. It's ridiculous.
He's not touching nothing.
What is he paying for at this point? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, dude. I feel bad.
He's paying for the like. This is basically he's paying for his aneurysm medication. This will prevent you from getting more aneurysms. He's like, all right, you got to shell out a couple $1 million a month to not get a fucking aneurysm.
That's what it takes.
From some bitch you're not even fucking anymore. This is ridiculous.
So apparently he's back in studio working on Detox, which I don't fucking believe. He's been saying that shit since like 1999.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it comes out, it comes out. That'd be kind of dope.
Speaking of like celebrity divorce and stuff like that, a lot of people are going through divorce. This is a big like, a lot of celebrities.
Get married,
a lot of right. Do my weddings in like a month. A lot of celebrities are getting divorced right now. Try it.
Okay.
I tried getting her kidnapped before. It didn't work out for me.
Your plans were terrible.
They sent her back. They're like, return to sender. Return to sender. We don't want her. No. So basically, who do we got? We've got Kim and Kanye. I don't think we've talked about it. There's not a lot of information on it, so it's really just like, I get it.
I mean, but
here's the thing: is they're both really annoying.
Well, no, yeah,
I couldn't sit in a room and have a conversation with both of them for an hour.
But we knew this was happening.
I like Kanye too, especially after the Rogan podcast. Like, I enjoy his mind so much more now.
Right.
But I know I would get really annoyed.
100%, dude.
And her. Same fucking thing. I do not.
She would annoy.
It's not even necessarily the things she says. It's the way she speaks. She has that vocal fry, and she talks up like that.
Stop giving me a boner, dude.
Oh my God. And I'd fucking take a hammer and just bash her fucking face in. It's so annoying. So I totally get why these two people wouldn't want to be with each other.
Yeah.
That's fine. Then you've got Adele and her husband.
Yeah, but,
whoever the fuck that guy is.
That was a while ago, I thought.
Well, it's still going on.
Oh,
like it's a divorce, so it's like
take forever, especially when they got fucking hella money.
But then recently, I saw today that formerly known as, I'll say their new name first to be respectful. Elliot Page, formerly known as the actress Ellen Page.
Yeah.
Now the actor Elliot Page. I just want to be respectful in that way.
Since when did you give a fuck about me?
Well, I know like there's that whole thing about, well, I've always been like, what's it called? You know, like, if you want to be called a name, like, fuck it. I'll call you your name.
Pencil shavings.
I mean, I'll still make fun of you. Everyone gets made fun of equally here. Look, I respect black people. I respect trans people. I respect gay people. I respect women. But I'm going to make fun of you still the same as if I don't respect you. I just want to put it in front first before I make the joke.
Okay,
hey, I respect you. And then I'll say,
you so much,
listen,
I'm gonna make
you
fun of you.
Fucking trans.
Just go ahead.
So anyways, so basically, he has announced that he's going to be separated. It's so hard to do because all these years I've spent. It's the same thing with like the Caitlyn Jenner Bruce thing. It's different though because I feel like they're two different people because they look different. It doesn't fuck up my brain. But Elliot Page looks exactly the same as Ellen Page, so I can't differentiate the two fucking things. So it's harder. And plus Elliot sounds so similar to Ellen. Like, fuck you. Why didn't you pick Brandon,
she
bro?
did it on purpose, dude. I know. I mean,
your first move as a dude is to be a little bitch, and you pick a name that's exactly the same.
So you might as well, you might as well change it and be something completely polar opposite of what you're known for. Like Bruce and Caitlyn, like that's totally different. Like it wasn't like Brianna, like like something close to. It
wasn't
Bruce.
Like fucking something as annoying as this. Ellen to Elliot. That's fucking annoying.
Or whatever.
Married to?
Yeah.
I think it said like a photographer or choreographer, like someone who's like, I guess works in Hollywood, but not like big name or A-list type shit. Maybe within their own field, but not necessarily an actor or director or anything. But basically, it got me thinking about, and this is like a big like topic of discussion right now, is alimony.
Oh yeah.
And basically how a lot of wealthy women in Hollywood are having to pay a lot of money to their former husbands now, basically, now that they're ending their marriages, right? And how it's starting this discussion about like, why should they have to do that? Blah, blah,
We've been having that discussion since the day of alimony.
This is the thing. It's like men have been, traditionally speaking, men have been for the longest time having to shell out large sums of money for however long until that woman, remarries or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
And or if she even decides to or anything like that. I'm sure there's a way to get your alimony like reduced or like overturned and stuff like that. But you would probably have to go through a lengthy legal process to prove that they don't need it. And all this other bullshit.
$20,000 a month for fucking shoes.
But like the idea being that for anyone who doesn't know what alimony is, it's for spouses that have lived a certain lifestyle that want to retain the living of that
spouses
life.
Is?
It's that thing that you stick your dick in the holes of and you just fill them up with all your fluid, and then occasionally they make you food, but they make it wrong.
So
and they keep just so that's
my you just described my toaster oven.
Yeah, basically. Boom. So essentially there has been this discussion about how is it right that women, like wealthy, famous women, have to do that. And I guess the whole idea of like the whole equality thing is like, hey, we've been having to do it, blah, 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 right? Fuck that whole conversation, dude. It's so annoying to me whenever these discussions get brought up or something like that, and they're just like, "What if I ever make it? I'm not, paying this money or that money or anything like that." It's like, dude, fuck off. If you were cool with me doing it, then you should be cool doing it.
What I honestly think, and I'm just thought off my top of my head.
Pay the WNBA equally.
Exactly. No, thoughts off the top of my head. Imagine. I think like it should be part of like a marriage now, where you have to sign a prenup saying, or some type of document saying, okay, this is what I'm walking in with. Yeah. And if we do separate, because there's a 50-50 shot that you will separate with the person you're married to,
I think it's higher than that now. In like America, the divorce rate is really high.
If you even say it's 50-50 or even higher, the chances are more likely that you're going to fucking get a divorce with this person. And if you do make, you build this career up, you make some money, and this other person you're married to may not necessarily be doing what you're doing. They're married to you. They're doing stuff at the house, whatever the case may be. But you're doing all this fucking work, putting all this time in, making this money, and then you guys get divorced. And she's like, "Okay, I want half of all that shit." Yeah, it's like because we were married and I was used to that lifestyle. It's like, no, it don't work.
Even
like
when
that.
I hear the argument of like, "Well, they went through it with me. They were there every step of the." Like, I'm sorry, but unless you were like, were you a part of the company?
Right.
Were you literally like, even if you were there, rubbing shoulders, rubbing feet and stuff like that, male or woman, either role, you know what I mean? Like Adele's husband, even if he sat there while she wrote every song and she asked him, is this a good word or is that a good word? Like, and he stayed up with her night after night trying to help her with songs and albums and stuff. I'm sorry, but if you're not an actual fucking consultant and you didn't really get paid to do this shit, fuck right off. Okay.
Well, and that's where it gets a little like dicey and weird too, is because there's a lot of situations, especially with like singers and shit like that, like Adele. I don't know the situation with her specifically.
Some type of management role, right?
Yeah, but like I don't know if this guy was initially management or if he like married her and he's like, okay, I'm your manager now.
He made the smart move either way. He was
well, because a lot of times that does happen. They're like,
yeah.
They get married and it's like, okay, I'm gonna manage you now, and he's He used to work at Kinko's.
I feel like that's the goal of like every like Hollywood manager, like music rep and stuff like that. They're always trying to fuck the like
Adele's
the female.
The jackpot, dude. And now that she lost, ooh.
You know, if they were smarter, these like labels would hire more like female reps so that they could get more of the rappers and stuff like that hooked on it. Like they just like, gotcha, motherfucker.
They already fuck them over so much with the whole
music
industry.
True.
I don't think they need to go any.
Yeah, but the female artists are basically getting fucked and finger banged.
Yeah, I mean,
Kesha got fucking, you know.
Oh yeah, that was a fucked up situation.
Not great stuff happened to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically, I don't know. I just felt like bringing that up because it's just like,
no, it's a good like
it's basically, we're having so many celebrity divorces right now, and a lot of celebrities are with people who aren't necessarily at the same status that they are. You know what I mean? And so they're kind of living at the same level as you because they're with you, right? Like it's never that like you've never seen like a, what's it called?
A UFO.
Kim Kardashian, like let's say she was married to, I don't know, some guy who was just a brain surgeon. Good job.
Right.
Pays well. I'm sure he's rich, right? But like they wouldn't live like the way he lives if he was by himself. They're still going to live like she lives, right? Yeah. So like they're just not like these people. It's not like Adele's husband and her are basically living in a house that only he could afford. They're living in the house that she can afford.
And the thing is too, I don't have the numbers in front of me, so I'm just going to throw them out, just random shit. But I'm sure 90% of the time it's the case where if the girl or the male, whoever's making the most money, if they weren't with their partner, they could still afford everything that they're doing at the time that they have been doing with their partner. And so it's like, why should I give my money to you? Like,
well,
it just
you have
logically
these, like,
does not make sense.
Like trophy wife, trophy husband, whatever you want to call it. Like the people who are just basically, like I was saying, you know, standing in the shadows, giving you the back rub and
it's
the
so sexy.
What do? They pay the gardener. They pay the chef to make you your dinner. Like what at this point when you're so rich, like what is it that these people fucking do? Like actually, I mean, realistically, when you're that rich, you're not getting blowjobs from your wife. You're getting blowjobs from Thai ladyboys. Yeah. When you go on your business meetings like every weekend.
It's like, what business do you even have, honey?
It's really popping in Thailand, huh?
He just looks around. He's like, I have investments in walls.
Yeah.
What? Like what kind of walls? Just all sorts of walls.
Yeah, you need a stucco, you need a
perfect
metal wall.
Any kind of wall.
We'll put rivets in it. We'll do whatever you need.
What's it called? It's called walls.
Stone.
It's called I don't know. I don't know where this is going. But
brick standing bricks.
That's standing Brixton
yeah.
Bids in
Stop
Taiwan.
all your head. Even your wife is like, please, no more.
I don't believe it. I fucking found the receipts.
Do you want me to walk out and walk back in and we'll pretend like this never happened?
Try this all over again. Yeah. Let's just fucking squash it.
So yeah, basically I wanted to talk about that because like, fuck it, man. I understand the whole living by a certain, but I just don't care.
Right.
I get it, but I don't care because ultimately, once you reach that level of status, that height of like class, you don't need to live at that. Like, I'm not saying you can't. I have no problem with people like the most uber fucking rich person in the world. Fuck it. If you made that money, keep that money. Spend it however you like. But it's not like that person needs it.
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit here. So maybe because we are not in the financial position that these people are in, right?
So we should just not have a say in anything.
No, exactly.
That's what they want.
No. What if like we ever were to get to the point of being super rich and we get like, we're like, holy shit, this is the best thing in the world. Like I have to live like this now. And
he's trying to take my lady boys from me.
Not my lady boys. What am I gonna do every Thursday?
Also, I'm not sure if that's offensive now. If people are gonna start canceling people for saying like Thai lady boys, like Taiwan lady boys, like
I mean, what else would you
over
call
there?
them,
it's not offensive.
No,
it's not offensive
job.
over there. Yeah,
it's a lifestyle, bro.
It's a job. But I mean, over here you can see like people would be like, how dare they? You should call them.
Yeah, but people over here are fucking stupid and getting other countries' businesses like they fucking know what the hell's
Ellen
going
Page
on.
is Elliot Page now.
Yeah,
you couldn't be David. You couldn't be Michael. You
whatever you
asshole.
want, dude. Whatever you want.
Such a dickhead move.
So actually, random thing that I was just thinking the other day. ever since Rogan has transferred like exclusively over to Spotify, I kind of find myself like not really
Not
watching
listening.
them. Yeah,
me
not
neither.
as much.
I've heard that that's a lot of people saying that
Really?
that they're just like not.
I kind of figured that probably would happen just because
I don't think he cares.
No, I mean
because he's made that much money and he gets to put out the content he enjoys. You know what I mean? It'll slowly creep up again. Like it'll slowly start becoming blah 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 blah. It's just that I'm not on Spotify that much.
No, I'm not either. I've been kind of getting more on it as of lately because I've been listening to another podcast that's on Spotify, exclusively on Spotify and like Apple, not on YouTube, which is kind of annoying. But I like it so much, so I will go out of my way to go on Spotify. Right. But yeah, just like it's like, damn man, I really enjoyed the show. It's just I don't watch it as much no more.
Exclusivity is it's a hard kind of like. You want to find a balance with it, right? So you want to find a platform that's super enabling for like whatever it is you want. They allow you to do so many different things, right? So you can listen on Spotify. There's really just music and podcasts. And that's so limiting when you think of the internet. Right. Because like something like YouTube is so available for so many different things. You can basically fall down a rabbit hole of any type of interest you have. You come up with whole new interests just by a day of just going through whatever videos get recommended to you.
Ruin your whole day.
Yeah. And you just lose track of time watching Indian dudes build pools. Like literally.
Dude, I think we've all been down that rabbit hole.
And you're just like, oh my God, it's 6 a.m.
Do you think they have like people in India, like they watch videos of like Mormons and like them like building houses?
Like Amish people putting up barns and shit? Yeah.
They have to, dude. That's like gotta be the equivalent.
That's great. That's a great observation. No, but seriously, I do think that what's gonna happen with his podcast is I'm sure there's been a huge dip in like the amount of viewers and listeners and blah blah blah. But I think we're gonna see like over time it's gonna grow up again. Like it's gonna gain and gain and gain and gain. I think
too because Spotify is slowly so new at the whole video part of things. There's only a handful of actual podcasts have video on Spotify. But I think slowly they're gonna make it so that's kind of like YouTube, where every fucking thing has a video if they want a video. Yeah, which will be a game changer in my opinion if they could do it. You know, where it's not like a huge hassle.
I think they need to roll it out more.
No, I mean, because the Rogan podcast does have video on it. Yeah. And it's not bad. It's just, like I said, I don't go to Spotify to watch.
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't watched a single episode since he made the switch.
What?
I just don't find myself.
Dude, he's going to pull the sponsorship.
Yeah, right.
I was going to.
I don't.
Fucking it up for everyone.
I don't go to Spotify like that.
No, I feel you.
I really don't. And as much as I enjoy the podcast and stuff like that, if I want to watch it, I just watch clips or something. Like I never find myself going to Spotify to watch like a full podcast of his. Yeah. Sometimes I'll go on there for some things. If I'm already on there and I'm in the mood to watch a podcast, I'll use it. Yeah. But most of the time I'm on YouTube watching my podcast.
No, it's literally my last stop. If I'm on YouTube and all the podcasts that I watch on YouTube, if there's nothing new or I've already watched it all, and then I'll go through that checklist. I'm like, okay.
It just makes the most sense.
No, for sure. It's so accessible and it's just easy. I'm used to YouTube. That's
it's kind of like if you think about like if you had two phones. And one of them had all of your contacts in it already. And the other one had one contact in it. And you're not allowed to put that contact in this phone. You need to have this other phone.
It's a good little analogy.
So like literally it's just like, well, I could just talk to all these other people and there's like 50 people and each one of them has such a different kind of personality. And you're just like, you're great. You are awesome. You're cool. You talk about so much cool shit and you're a really cool guy to talk to. But fuck, I could talk to all these different people. Like there's so much different stuff.
Just the variety.
And that's literally what it's like. I mean, honestly, I would like for it to be I like that it's exclusive. I like the deal he made. I'm cool with all of it.
No, for sure. I think it was a great anything like that.
I think it was a great move for him. Like it's so fantastic that he did it. Right. It's a great move for podcasts looking 100%. Forward. Like it's just it does so much for the realm of podcasting, right? And I think in the long run, it's going to be a great fucking thing. It just sucks because it feels like it disappeared from the atmosphere of podcasting. Sure. Like it feels like something has been just plucked from like podcasting, and all these other things are kind of moving in now to try and like fill that spot. And I don't think anyone's ever going to fill it. We're just going to get a lot more podcasts. We're never going to get one that's like
podcasts like this
at the top like he is. I think he'll always remain there. He'll retain that status.
For what he does. Yeah, it just, you can't really beat it.
He'll always have that. I mean, but yeah, I think probably if Spotify really needs to step their game up when it comes to that. When it comes to like
Spotify, step your fucking game up.
Yeah,
and sponsor us.
They take us off.
They're like, yeah, we just get an email, but like, no longer.
I guess that's my 2 cents on the situation, man.
That. I did have something to tell you, and you're gonna be super hyped and proud of me. This is something I learned from TikTok.
Oh,
yes, I do not get into TikTok hardly ever, but every once in a while I'll get actually I get them like every fucking day, notifications of just random videos from TikTok.
Yeah.
And I always just swipe and just make it go away. But this one caught my attention.
It just had a big eggplant emoji in it.
That's all it was. It was actually just a dick. Not even eggplant. They just went straight for it. No, so did you know that Garth Brooks had an alter ego?
Yes,
named
Chris Gaines.
I didn't know
Chris
that.
Gaines. Yeah.
It fucking blew my mind.
Have you looked into it at all and seen this stuff?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I went down a rabbit hole.
You looked into all his stuff, how his parents were dead and stuff.
Dude, it was insane. This guy is fucking insane.
Dude.
Oh my God.
I mean, every great musician needs an alter ego.
Slim Shady.
M has Slim Shady, exactly. Like if you look up all the greats throughout music history, they've all had the fucking alter egos.
The good ones, at least.
It's great to release music under an alter ego like that. You can really do some real experimental shit.
Oh yeah,
that you're just like not sure how it's gonna.
It's like, yeah, that wasn't me. That was
that was Krispy Kreme. That's not me. That's a Shovelhead.
Shovelhead. Yep.
Yeah,
I just thought that was very funny, and then the more I
think
delve
what
into
is
it,
it?
the more
He's
I
like
found he's a psycho.
I think Chris Gaines is his alter ego is supposed to be like an Australian orphan.
I don't even fucking know, dude. It sounds like a Lifetime movie that's
crazy.
Written by actual orphans.
And his album, his like initial album was like, in terms of Garth Brooks, was a flop.
Yeah.
But in terms of like music in general, it was
really
a massive success.
That's
so
weird.
Considering compared to like how good Garth Brooks music does, it was like a flop. But if you look at it commercially, it was a massive success.
Successful. Yeah, it's so weird. And I listened
but
to
they were like,
songs,
we can't do this again because what are we just gonna sell like shit like Beyonce does? Like, no, we got to sell stuff like Garth does.
Like Garth, baby, Garth, the thunder rolls.
So
yeah, I just thought that was funny, and I thought you'd be proud, man.
No,
TikTok knowledge.
I love how you figured it out from TikTok. You learned about Chris.
That's the only place that
I wish I would have met you, and you would have been like, I hate Garth Brooks, but I love Chris Gaines, man. Chris Gaines,
dude. Have you heard of this artist, Chris Gaines? Fucking beautiful voice. Have you heard his story, dude?
You're
Orphan?
Like, Chris, this is Texas.
I don't know if you know, but this is Texas.
I was listening to that episode on the car ride over here, man.
That shit cracks me up.
It got me fucking laughing like crazy when that part came on. Benexi was listening. We were cracking up, bro. This is Texas.
So speaking of
speaking of TikTok, don't forget that thing. Whatever it is you're about to say.
I was about to actually remind you of something you told me to remind you of.
Was it the leg thing?
It was the leg thing.
That's exactly what I was gonna say to you.
Boom, boom.
So I saw on TikTok.
Okay.
And I want to ask you this before I tell you the story.
Okay.
All right.
Ask
ready?
Away.
And this goes to the audience too, guys. Make sure you comment.
Or girls, or
make sure you're commenting. Yeah. Right.
Talking to you, Elliot.
We're we want to be inclusive to every. I almost said exclusive. We want to be exclusive
as possible.
Get your cis white asses out of here, okay? So basically,
but seriously,
would you ever? And this also goes to the audience as well.
Okay.
Would you ever consider?
I already have.
Eating human flesh, properly cooked, made as real food.
Okay.
Like by a professional chef.
So I'm not in like a zombie apocalypse.
No. You're not not off the bone or anything like that.
You know
it's
why?
Like real.
Because what if it's fucking good and I really like it? And I just like
craving,
like I was like, yeah, dude, what if it's really good? Have you ever ate?
This is the exact argument you gave me about sucking dick. You were just like, dude, what if it's really good and I start craving it and then I can't stop myself?
And look what happened.
And look what happened. And now you've got 2 kids.
And I got a bum knee. My jaw's all fucked up. Like hinges a little.
Yeah, you're like a snake. That thing just slaps open, man. Unhinges. Yeah, so
look like a bird when they're like.
So you would never eat human meat?
I mean, not in that scenario. No. If it's
What's the scenario then?
Like I said, if I'm like in this like some type of apocalypse type shit, and there's like no food.
We are two different people.
Okay.
Because
of course you're gonna eat it.
If I go to a fancy like 5-star restaurant, if Gordon Ramsay's there and he's like, listen, we got this slab of meat. It's human. It was donated by this guy who died of natural causes.
Where's the cut coming from of the meat? What part of the body?
That's a good question. Does the cut matter to you?
It would matter to me 100%.
Would that sway your decision as to whether or not you would eat it in or out of an apocalypse situation?
It depends, honestly, what it would look like prepared.
It does not look like human.
If it looks exactly like a steak.
You know, like when you get meat, like, and you cook it and you're just like, oh, this is chicken. This is, blah, blah, blah. You cannot tell. Like, this is taco meat. This is burger meat. It's like that situation.
Okay. Yeah, no, like I said, what if I like the taste, bro?
Dude, then you're like, fuck it. I've got to spend $700 every time I want a burger.
And then, but
that's your treat. That's how you treat yourself. You're like once every 3 months, you're like, I'm getting that burger, man.
I'll be the only one going to Epstein's
Island. You're like, no kidding.
Not raping.
No kidding. Leukemia. That's amazing. You can't even taste it.
And this gets me sick and I die.
So,
wow.
So basically, the reason I bring it up is because for one,
I ate someone, but next he's gone.
Armie Hammer.
Oh,
have you heard about that? No. Oh my God, you have. Oh, well, that's weird that I didn't even think about the connection between that to that. Okay, we could talk about that. So basically, I saw on TikTok that there was a guy who lost his leg in an accident.
Right.
They had to remove it. They had to sever it, and they gave him his leg back. And you can. That? Yeah, you have to like really press for it. But you can get your limbs back, but you have to like store them and freeze them.
Yeah, it sounds like a hassle.
They wrap it in like crazy amounts of like bag and put like biohazard stuff around it, and then you have to like keep it in your freezer. And it's actually become like a trend now of people who have lost limbs to show their frozen limbs.
That's like so fucking weird. It's like a trophy.
They can't unwrap them though because it's against the terms of service. But they'll be like, and this is my arm. And they're just like, dude. And we keep it right here next to the ice cream. And then,
dude, what if there's a diabetic that like lost legs?
I've seen that on YouTube. I saw this diabetic dude like, and on YouTube, I think you can because I saw his whole leg. He pulled it out and he was like, and here it is. And he's like messing with it. And then he's like, look right in here. And he took the camera and he's like, look, if I pull this flap, and it's like, and he's like, look, you can see blood moving.
What
and
the
I was like,
dude.
Whoa.
Yeah,
and then he's like, all right, I got to put this back because it's starting to decay because the blood is moving now. And he's like, da-da-da. And he put it back. And I was like, holy shit. But that was years ago.
That's
anyways,
intense.
This guy, he lost his leg in an accident.
Right.
It had been like,
was it really an accident?
I don't know. I think it had been like a year since the accident. So it's been in his freezer for a while, maybe less. And him and his friends had a conversation a couple years prior where like if they had the opportunity to eat human flesh, they said yes. So he called up his buddies.
That's some psycho
his friend
shit,
group,
dude.
And he said, "Listen, guys, remember how I lost my leg? I have the leg." And he goes, and he's like, "Remember the conversation we have? Are you down?" And I think
how many of them were actually down?
Only one of them said no. So it was a group. They all said yes. And guess what he did? He cooked it. He made taco meat and he made them tacos with his leg meat.
I fucking hate you right now. I'm with having his tacos leg tonight. And you just ruined that for me. God damn. I'm going to be eating leg.
Tacos. With your knee meat.
Oh my God. Just drain it out for some sauce. That's fucking gross. Yeah, no, it's a little intense for me.
I had this conversation with a couple of people now, and I'm shocked to find that so many people are opposed to eating people.
Well, I mean, why would you want to eat it? Like, give me your
honestly, I'd want to know what it tasted like. I really would. I'm not scared about becoming addicted to it. I think that's fucking weird.
I guess that's a little weird. Okay,
you're like, oh God.
Okay, so you know what? I might have a
Listen,
nibble.
You don't have to equate it to your craving of cum. Like I don't think it's the same thing.
It could be though. You don't know. You can't knock until you try, kind of a thing.
Just been eating umbilical cords. Like, get this man out of the NICU. Your daughter was born.
It's like, stop, sir.
I taste the stem cells.
No, dude, I just honestly don't.
You're just like you're pretending to be a janitor, like going in and like mopping up placentas and shit.
Dude, no, I don't even talk about that. That shit's gross. No,
Is she doing that stupid shit where you eat the placenta? Because that's retarded.
That's just as dumb as eating a person.
It's literally, it is eating a person.
I know.
That's literally the same thing.
Yeah,
Think of all these people that have gone around eating their own placenta like fucking idiots.
I'm gonna say this: I would not do either, but I feel like getting a fresh cut of someone would probably taste a lot better than the placenta.
No, of course it would. But I wouldn't eat. The thing that I think is stupid about the placenta thing is that
it gives you powers, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. You get psychic abilities. So like eating in my scenario, I'm just eating for food. In this scenario, you think that it's actually giving you something. Like it's actually like.
Well, technically, eating either one of them will give you something. It'll give you nutrition.
Yeah, I guess. But you're only doing it for some stupid.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Like how many husbands are going out there and just like, I bet you a bunch of weird ones.
Dude, I bet you there's a lot more.
There's
I
no
want to
way
see
that
those numbers.
What?
Like comparing like the 90s to like nowadays, like how many people are
eating placentas?
The
I know my
placenta.
buddy's, his wife, she did it.
What the fuck, dude?
She put it in like they put it in capsules for you, and then you can just like, I don't fucking get it though. See, at that point, it doesn't even make sense on the eating standpoint because then you can't even taste what human tastes like. I've made this argument before where it was basically like, we're kind of going backwards. Like me and Benexi watched a movie recently, and it was starring Shia LaBeouf, who's kind of in hot water right now for some stuff that he's done.
Okay.
And
like being in the movie Tax Collector.
You would think that's what got him canceled. Yeah. So it's a movie that's all about a couple that goes through the loss of like a baby, like the birth.
Right.
The birth goes wrong and the child doesn't make it. And it's like an at-home birth, and the whole thing is about them suing the guru or whatever the fuck. You know, that woman with like dreadlocks who like smells like patchouli oil. You know, she came in and she like rubbed crystals on her fucking stuff. That stupid shit, you know? So it's about them suing and how their relationship basically breaks apart.
Sounds like a really good movie.
It's like a super sad, tear-jerky white people movie.
I kind of thought it was more of a comedy. I'm glad you
I will say though that like I was in the middle of playing a game while she was watching it, and I got enthralled into it.
Oh, for real?
It's super dramatic and like.
Is that a newer movie? Or?
I think it came out like in the past year or so. Okay. I think they filmed it pre-COVID though.
Pre-COVID.
And yeah, it's like super sad, super depressing. But it's one of those dramas that feels so real that you're just like,
yeah. God. Well, I guess it could with it being like that's the topic of losing a child.
Yes.
And stuff like that. That is very touchy.
It breaks their relationship.
Right.
It like it doesn't. It has sort of a happy ending, but still like you know, you're like, it's sure, I guess it's kind of happy. Yeah. You're just like, but not really. What's it called? So it basically goes through all of that. And then I've always had this whole thought of like, that's stupid. Those whole at home birthing, give birth in a kiddie pool.
It's
dumb,
a little weird to
stupid
me.
bullshit.
I mean,
like there's like this weird like
weird to me.
We you know, stay natural. We've been doing this for thousands of years. Yeah, but like the whole thing about medicine
people also
is
used
that
to
we've
only live to
progressed.
like 25.
Exactly.
So, you know,
like there's like this weird standard of like, well, we've made it this far, but like we made it this far because as a society we've been progressing like medically. We've gotten better and better and better and better. If we look at
just amputate
how many women just fucking died in childbirth 1,000 years ago versus now.
It's probably like a high 90s.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So like now we're at this point where it's just like back in the like cave woman era, where like you give birth and then the woman like fucking drops a placenta on the ground. Everyone would be like, well, that's garbage. Don't touch the garbage.
They're probably the first ones to eat it.
I don't think so.
You don't
like
they were like,
do you think when they lost a limb that they were eating those limbs? I don't think so.
Goddamn right.
I don't think they did.
I guarantee they would. Dude, I guarantee.
We'd have to. We got it. All right, we're gonna have to go to TikTok and find this shit out. I'm gonna.
Or just invent a time machine, which we will have to find out how to do that
on TikTok.
I mean,
exactly.
Eventually, it's just gonna
everything.
End up
it's all
TikTok.
cyclical. It's all cyclical. It's like Terminator.
Perfect.
Well, not anymore.
Dude,
that timeline's so fucked now. The timeline's so fucked.
Oh, do that.
It actually is like Terminator. It comes. Everything goes back to Terminator and Star Wars for us, man.
Yeah, and that's basically our Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, that's our Kevin Bacon for sure.
Shit. One thing I did see that was kind of funny, and I think we might have discussed this a little bit on an old ass episode, but Gwyneth Paltrow has her candles, right?
Oh god, yeah.
And she has one that's like her vagina.
The one that
scent.
exploded.
Yeah, fucking UK. Dude.
You seen the smell? Have you smelled the one that's it smells like my butthole?
No, I haven't smelled any of her candles.
No, that's not by her. It's by Ethan Klein from H3H3.
Oh, is it?
They decided to make their own candle in response to her, and they the thing about her candle is it's just a regular candle. It just says that it smells like
exactly.
She just made like a regular candle.
Yeah, it's like
and put
some
that
random ass fucking
So
scent.
they decided to actually make a candle
that smells like butthole.
Smells like sweaty butthole.
Oh,
so like you can look up the reviews of it.
Work at?
It's like that.
Or work
same,
with.
It's like that same thing as like. Do you remember that episode of Nathan For You where he gets the frozen yogurt place and he gets a poo flavored one?
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. Like they literally just sit around and study like smells, and they figured out how to make it smell like butthole, but like sweaty, hairy butthole.
Dude, that's
like,
so fucking weird.
Somehow it's just like this
pungent, like specific.
Yeah. And they said that the first batch of them were too powerful, that they had to rein it in.
It was too powerful. It killed too many people.
They were like, you could smell it from inside the box and the wrapping paper and everything. They were like, you had to pull it back.
Be like the FedEx guy or the UPS guy dropping shit off. You're like, what is that fucking like smelling yourself? Like, did I step in shit?
Oh,
like,
man.
what the fuck? And you grab a box.
Imagine you come home and your wife lit one. You're like, or you give it to your blind friend as a joke.
Dude, and their senses are even heightened. Their smell is. So it's like, oh my God, it's just right in my face.
You know what's funny is I saw on TikTok,
of course,
probably the best gift I've ever seen somebody give someone.
Gift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you I don't think I sent it to you or not, but it was somebody like opens a wrapping paper of something and he pulls it out and he goes, "It's the complete Shirley Temple collection."
You told me about that. You didn't send it to me. Yeah. Like the ones that we used to see on those fucking old commercials late at night.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like animal crackers in my soup, monkeys and rats. Dude, the thing that gets stuck in your head.
Yo.
Well, my duck is a wonderful duck. Well, my duck can lay an egg. Can you lay an egg?
Dude, I'm glad that part of my mind
Somebody
is
look up the Shirley
fried.
Temple commercial. Like that's gonna line up so perfectly.
I guarantee that a majority of the people that listen to this probably know exactly what commercial we're
Anyone
talking
who
about.
grew up in like the late 90s, mid 90s knows what I'm talking about. That commercial that comes on your TV at like 3 a.m.
Yep. Gets you every fucking time.
It's amazing. Where it's like digitally remastered and in color. Yeah, somebody got that for someone as like a gift. And I just thought, holy fuck. Why are we not getting meme gifts? Like, why are we not getting people gifts? Like, I know as jokes, but I feel like that transcends like a joke. It's not like an inner joke with anyone to get them like Shirley Temple. You know what I mean? It's not like he had a terrible like fear of Shirley Temple like fucking fingering him in his butthole or something.
He did.
Maybe
there's a backstory to this whole thing.
But like I think we've lost touch with like, you know, joke gifts. Like really
me and my buddy, for every Christmas we would do that. Like it would just be like a funny, like it was just a running thing. Like we would get a gift for each other. We wouldn't spend a whole lot on it, but it would just be something funny that we thought like it'd be funny to for the other person to have. The last moment I got, actually, I thought it was kind of funny, and I've never actually worn the shirt, which I feel bad, but it's just a big picture of Donald Trump yelling, and it just says "America, fuck yeah," and he knows I'm the biggest. I hate Trump, right? So he just thought it'd be funny.
I'm so mad because I just thought of the greatest fucking gift to get you.
Oh God.
Oh my God. All right, Christmas.
2021.
It's multi-layered too. You're not even gonna know why it's good until after.
Oh God, it's a used condom.
I'm like, actually, I am her father.
It's just a fucking paper. You have video evidence, everything. You hired a private eye just to prove. Like, I know this, but I wanted all the evidence so you could physically see it.
Dude, what would you do? What would you do if Holly came to you and was just like, they're not yours?
I mean, I'd probably
what are you gonna do? This man killed 2 babies.
2 kids. I got 2 phones.
Oh my God, my throat.
That's for sucking dick. Oh man. So yeah, I don't really got too much else to say. We'll probably wrap it up here in a little bit. It is a little, we're still, like I said, we're getting back into the groove of things. It's been a couple weeks since we've actually recorded and done anything in the studio. Yeah. So it always takes us a little bit to just kind of get back used to that, because it is something that you got to do.
I think all in all, for being, I think it's been about 2 months.
Yeah.
Almost 2 months. It's definitely been more than a month.
It's like a month and a half. Yeah, probably closer to 2 months. Yeah, honestly,
since we've recorded an episode. So yeah, it's been a really long time. There's been a couple of times where we've tried to get into studio and
things.
So
just
many
come
things
up.
keep coming up. So it's
no more fucking excuses. We know, guys. You're yelling at us.
wear a condom. Just wear a condom.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, dude. I gotta get fixed.
There's so many
apparently.
places to come, man.
I keep doing it on my
Never
hands.
tried any of them. Yeah.
Like those kids that used to super glue their hands in class. You know those fucking weirdos. You were one of them. No, but yeah, so we expect to get kind of back on a semi-regular.
I would use my ass cheeks.
And you still do it to this day.
Teacher, look, and then I'd blow a bubble.
Dude, do you remember? Maybe you might remember them. It was one of those commercials, like that they would sell kids. It was like on the Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon shit, but it was like basically unpoppable bubbles, and you would
Sounds
blow
familiar.
them up, and they would get really big or small, whatever. And you
I know what
couldn't,
you're talking about.
like,
Yeah,
pop them basically.
Yes,
Yeah, those things fucking sucked.
yeah.
We got them. When
Responsible
we were kids.
for the death of many children.
I mean, I killed at least 6 people after I had it because I was so disappointed.
You say, what was that thing? It was like weren't
Holocaust.
yeah, weren't like curtain, like the curtain, what's it called? Not curtain, fucking shades. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the little dangly, like, adjusters.
yeah.
Weren't
They
those
got-
responsible for like killing a bunch of kids?
Yeah,
And-
that's how come if you notice, like they don't no longer have the drawstring.
yeah, most of them don't.
because it's like
Unless you have like a really old house and you haven't replaced them.
Yeah.
Like my dad's house.
he was hoping that shit would have got you.
If you made your house anytime before, I don't know, probably like 2010. Like if your house is that old and
probably-
you haven't renovated
Probably
your
earlier than that. Probably like 2000s.
really, you think
Yeah.
that that's when they stopped?
I think so.
I think my dad's house was built in 2001 though.
Oh, maybe that's the cutoff right there. 9/11/2001 was the cutoff.
And he bought it after 9/11. He was like, "Fuck New York." He left. That literally 9/11 happened and this nigga was gone. He
Yeah,
was
he's
like
like, "I'm
out the
good. I'm
fucking
good."
city, bro.
I wonder
but-
how cheap flights were back then
What to
after 9/11.
flights are even cheaper now, dude. These
These-
fucking airports they're struggling like crazy.
Dude, it's ridiculous. It was
Honestly,
like $15. I so wish I could
I got
just go up and just fly anywhere.
my sister and my niece are gonna be flying out in a little bit for the wedding and stuff. And
Oh, nice. From the up
mhm,
New York?
everybody's up there, but I'm only
Nice.
inviting them. I told everyone else to fuck off.
You should send the link. We'll clip
I
it.
uninvited all of my family because they pissed me off. So
Dude, your family's so cool. No, we should clip this part right here explaining that you're only inviting like 2 people from your family and
Yeah.
just send a mass link to all the people that you're not inviting. Like this is just an invitation to not invite you, your uninvited invitation.
yeah, it's just easier that way.
I
Honestly,
feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. But yeah, so I just want to say I'm fucking glad we're back in the studio. I've probably said it like 6 times, but I really am fucking excited.
we're gonna get
for
back
it.
into the groove of things now. We got our lights, we got our cameras,
We're fucking
our
getting-
sound quality is a lot better again.
correct.
Taylor's back too, so that's
What's
great.
up, baby?
He was off building barns and like Amish.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, I think somewhere, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he was speaking that fucking Pennsylvania Dutch bullshit.
Yup, churning butter
Did
like a mother.
Did he grow up in one of those areas though that's like near one of those like Amish communities?
I don't
and
think
shit?
so. No, because he's from like the Midwest.
Damn, I was gonna say that'd be
I guess
that'd be so
I don't
cool
know.
because we have like Amish people down here.
Yeah.
You only see them when you go to like.
Do you think
some-
Amish people beef with other regional Amish people?
Yes, they do.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's a whole fucking show about it, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
we had a whole.
They be fucking like hating on each other. It's crazy. And they it's really weird. They've got like this weird fucking stuff going on. in there.
Jebediah, you better not step on my fucking.
But I
lawn.
guarantee you,
Oh,
they've
shit.
definitely like. There's ones in like Pennsylvania who are just like those Florida Amish are fucking crazy.
I bet you the Florida Amish are fucking crazy.
They wear their
dude.
hats like this, not like this.
Like this? Are you stupid?
Yeah, fucking insane. God must be crying when he looks at you. Yeah, I don't
Tears
know.
of 1,000.
Oh, imagine they
Amish.
learned about Elliot Page. He wears his hats like this.
Don't worry about his hats. Let me tell you something else.
Let me tell you about his alimony. Let me get to that first.
And then we'll talk
And
about his hats.
we'll work our way backwards.
Welcome to America, baby.
But all right, guys, we appreciate you coming here to listen to the newest episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. It was a lot of fun. We're going to try and get into studio more and more and more.
Correct.
It's just been like we
got
said
a
at
lot
the
of shit
beginning.
going on.
We've had a lot of stuff happen recently, like just within this like
Last
really
2 months.
Yeah, exactly. Within the last 2 months, we basically were in utter chaos. Everything was in disarray, so we kind of just had to scramble, and we were finally able to make it back, and we're going to try and get back on schedule so that we can consistently put out content for you guys and just always be updating everything.
I'll just be there for you.
Yeah, you know.
We know you missed us, all three of you.
Yeah, Julian's more present for the podcast than he is for his family.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Amen.
If his children didn't listen to the podcast, they wouldn't know what their father sounds like.
I mean, what I do is I record, and then I just leave the house, go to Vegas every night, and just play the podcast in the background, so they at least know my voice.
You're just in your car watching the Shirley Temple show.
DVDs.
Animal crackers. It's my favorite part, man. It's my favorite part.
This thing fucking hits, bro.
Yo, slap, son.
Slap,
you're just like smoking.
Slap.
You're like, shit, she's spitting.
You hear those bars?
You're like, God damn. You're damn right. Them animal crackers is in your soup, son. Like, what the fuck? I heard you facts.
I gotta sample that now. And just do an actual
Yo,
rap song.
that would be lit. Yo.
I mean, Jay-Z already did
honestly, yeah, he did Annie. It's a hard knock. Like,
so
yeah,
I could flip it.
do the animal crackers bit, bro. That would be fucking crazy.
Let's do it. Dude, I'm gonna be so pissed. Someone's gonna hear this and do it. And
that's so true. You gotta do it immediately. Immediately do it so fucking quick.
Dude, I'll have to get Taylor to make the beat because I don't know how to do. His will be
tell
a lot
him
better.
extract that bit right there, grab it, and just put it onto something, and then just build a beat around that.
On it.
Like literally.
Let's do it.
He's gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds fucking sick." We'll put that at the end, the outro of our next video.
Hell yeah, let's get it, baby.
But all right, guys, we appreciate it. Make sure you're following us on all social medias at Real Clean Closet for Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook at Real Clean Closet, or use the full Facebook page name, the Cleaning Out My Closet Podcast. Find us on Spotify, Apple, what else? Spotify, Apple, YouTube.
There's
Anchor.
like we said earlier,
basically,
there's a bunch of other
any
ones,
platform that you can listen to a podcast, we're probably on there. And whenever a new one pops up, we're probably going to be on there too. So keep looking if you're listening on some weird, obscure platform for podcasts, because you're a weirdo. But yeah, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel, because really YouTube is the thing we pay attention to the most, because it's audio and video and video. So
these motherfuckers bitched about it so long.
Yeah, now that we finally have good cameras and good lighting, you better be fucking on our shit when it comes to this YouTube stuff. So make sure you're subscribing, liking, commenting, share it if you fucking think we're any good.
Yeah, do that. Do something.
And yeah, kiss your dad for us.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was pretty good.
Oh, God. I wonder what time it is. Okay, 11:30.
Do